Beyond just buying and selling gold, there are the miners, of course, and many of you may be trading some of the junior miner ETFs or even some of the larger miners. Here with us to talk about it today is Francois Perron.
Yes.
Francois, thanks so much for being with us here today.
My pleasure.
Francois, you are very familiar with junior mining sector, and one of the things that I have learned about you is that you feel like you understand how to get past some of the early hurdles that many junior miners will face. How do you get past those hurdles?
Well, I mean, I've had two lives. Right now I'm running a junior company. Prior to that I was a fund manager, and I looked at a lot of junior companies, and oftentimes it comes down to a couple of things. The first one would be focus. So junior companies try and do too many things at the same time, and you have to be focused on your near-term objective. If it's an exploration project, you got to make sure if you raise money, the money goes towards getting to the next deliverable. And if you're a company like QMX that started to do production, well, you can't be starting up new mines and funding huge exploration programs at the same time. That's what got the company a little bit into trouble. They had difficulties at the startup some 2 years ago, and we've brought, since I joined, some focus to it. But so the thing you got to look for in the junior companies is focus, and making sure that the money that they raise actually goes to either a deliverable along an exploration pipeline or a turnaround in cash flow from an operation point of view.
So people who are looking at junior miners, what are some healthy spots they should look for if they want to invest in these companies?
Well, I would say there's always the exploration story, which is a thrilling thing. I think that the state of the market right now is probably more hostile to that. I think right now you should be looking at, and I'm not just saying that because that's where I am, but you should be looking at things that are going to be able to significantly ramp up near-term cash flow. I mean, the sector has underperformed significantly compared to gold. That's about to change, in my opinion, because everything does tend to normalize over time. On that basis, you're looking for things that can actually ramp up cash flow in the near term over a forecast horizon of 2 or 3 years. And that's what I looked for when I joined this company. I think I found what I wanted. In that context, I have something that can ramp up cash flow. I have one last financing to do from an equity perspective, but then I can get to something that can generate north of $40 million of free cash flow a year. And then you can run these things like a business and make money for your shareholders.
And finally, people invest in gold, and so you guys mining gold, what exactly do you think? Are you bullish on gold moving forward? There's a lot of question out there.
Well, I'm glad there's a lot of question, because when everybody's bullish on gold, that means it's probably nearing a top of some sort. Right now, I think we're nearing a bottom, actually, because everybody is down on gold. The media reports negative on gold. I mean, if you look just at the headlines and have to guess where the gold price is, it's probably around 1,200. We're not there. Something's holding it up. But I mean, back up a little bit and take a big picture perspective. You can't have this kind of party without consequences. Okay, there's record levels of debt. There's, you know, here in America, in Europe, the debt's just unbelievable. Japan just announced that they're going to not only have 200% of GDP as their debt level, but they're going to print massively. So you have huge amount of debt to GDP levels and record printing on a global basis. And right now the market is telling us that there's no consequence to this. Well, I'm a grown-up and I think there will be consequences. So I don't like to be the doomsday guy, but you know, realistically, these things are going to have consequences, and those consequences will be very bullish for gold.
Well, Francois, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
You heard it from Francois. Keep an eye on junior miners. Make sure that if you're trying to get into some of them, you want to look for more healthy ones, good cash flow, and realize that even though there are a lot of questions over gold right now, that might be a good thing. I'm Joe Doe, The Street.